Hi Aries, welcome to your week ahead. So this is going to be from the 2nd to the 9th of December 2024. So if you want to book in the 2025, it is the big seller. So it covers your 2025. There is tarot coaching, but it's for the most invested people who want to do deep work before the new year. You can check that out. And there is also love audios, career audios, etc. There's prices for every budget. It's what you want to invest. You can also join the community. We're going to have individual reads on there, but it's £10 a month. Everything under the video or in the comments section. What are we seeing for Aries this week, please? What are we seeing for Aries this week? Okay, I love this, right? If you're cross-watching for an Aries, all about themselves. This is what people keep getting themselves into. It's like, why you're trapped in a prison, why you're overthinking, that cunt's out living its best life. You see the problem? Okay. So listen, we're not going to be sitting here in our head about people who are out living the best life or people who just don't care, okay? But yeah, I am getting that. I'm getting one person is out living its best life while the other person is in a prison or trapped in the head. If you're cross-watching for an Aries, I feel like you're really in your head about this Aries. This Aries does not give a fuck. Okay, it's all about itself. Watch out if you're a Gemini, because you've got Saturn on Gemini and the Eight of Swords. So if you're a Gemini and you're cross-watching, this Aries doesn't care. They may keep you around, they may keep you in social media, they may hit you up when they're bored, but they don't care. Okay? I said what I said. Okay, so some of yous, and I'm not making a mockery, but I do think we do need to start looking at things from a more joke angle. Like, is this a joke or is this a joke? Like, I could be dead today and I'm sitting here stewing over someone who's out living their life. People's actions speak for themselves if they care about you or not. You'll move heaven and earth if you care about a person or you care about something, right? And if you don't, you just don't. Right? So I think for air signs who are cross-watching, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, be careful with this Aries. Aries are very selfish people. I feel like that's a bit wrong, because I have seen Aries be in long-lasting relationships. I think it's kind of like that, which is if Aries cares, it cares, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't think Aries are not capable of love. They can be so romantic. They can be so amazing. And I remember I met this Aries man and I was like, I'd never date an Aries man because my brother's an Aries man. And I was like, never date an Aries man. They're so selfish. They're so about themselves. But he gave me one of the best experiences I've had in my life. Like, honestly, I shared some moments I will never forget with that man. So, you know, and he took me places and he bought me, and it wasn't about buying me things, but it was the way he was, you know. He's very loving, very affectionate, very funny, you know. I like when men are funny, you know, because especially if you're a serious woman, it's nice to be around men who are funny, because you're like all stuck up and he's like, and you're like, can you be serious? And he's just making you laugh. So yeah, I do like funny men. Maybe my husband needs to be funny because I'm quite serious. Um, but with Aries, it's like, you'll be like, this, I'm being serious, and they'll be like making jokes, and you're looking at them and you go, no, but I'm being serious though. And then they just crack on more jokes, right? Some of you, your partner might be an Aries, and maybe this is the problem, but Aries do tend to just want to be fun. They do tend to just, they don't want to be in all negative energy. They don't want to be, they're like, what? It's not that they don't take life seriously. Part of them just feels like, what's being all depressed about it going to fix? Which is kind of true. So I think if you're cross-watching, maybe you're having issues with an Aries, but Aries are just different from air signs. Air signs overthink, whereas Aries just wants to be out there in the sun. They want to be moving, they want to be having fun. So maybe you either work with this person or you don't, but maybe there's a chance to work if you accept that you're different. Okay? So helping him to think more or her to think more, you can be a bit more light-hearted. You know, so this is where you're kind of a bit more light-hearted and you're like, you know, it's not that deep. Okay? So another message is, I feel like someone's not being honest. So that's another message with the devil reversed. Like, either someone's not being honest with themselves or someone's not being honest in a union, in a commitment. Okay? Someone is not Some of you could be dealing with a non-contact situation as well. There's a lot of messages here. I feel like someone's happy being on their own. So if you're an Aries woman, you might be wondering about a Virgo man, a Gemini man. I feel like someone's happy on their own. Or they're with someone else. So also it's a Mercury retrograde in Cancer. So I'm getting, and the two people aren't speaking. This is a non-contact situation. But you might be wondering about this person. I feel like this person is with someone else. Some of you are dealing with a woman. Because you've got two women. So some of you are dealing with a woman. But I feel like this is a person who's with somebody else. Or this can be a woman who's bisexual. She likes men, she likes women. So the other side of the coin is, with this being in your reading, this is about you freeing yourself up. You don't want to deal with people who don't communicate. You don't want to deal with people who are not honest. It's time to be happy. They're telling you it's time, like it's time to focus on you. The Magician. The Magician is Aries. I feel like it's a week to be around people who are genuine, people who you can be vulnerable with, people who make you happy. Okay, we do have the Empress here. Okay, we talked about the Gemini man. I feel like a relationship has got potential, but two people are just different. So if this is a new relationship, so also what I'm getting as well is someone sees you as above them. Because for the Aries woman, this could be you. So you might have a Gemini man or a Libra or an Aquarius, but I feel like this person, maybe they're not approaching you because they feel like you would say no. The other side of the coin is, it's for the Aries who are too wrapped up in themselves, or the Aries who are not paying attention. You're going to miss an opportunity. This guy's around you, but you're not looking at him. Okay? Some of you could be dealing with a married man though. See the way he's wearing a wedding ring? So I feel like the message for Aries this week in relationships is people's actions speak for themselves. If a person is messaging you, if they're taking you on dates, if they're putting energy into you, if they're reciprocating, if they're mirroring, then that's what you should be putting your energy into. If it's that you're spending the week doing all this, trying to manifest, overthinking, you should just stay away from it. It shouldn't be that hard. But actually, I'm getting an amazing week for some Aries, like actual amazing week, where if you're just focused on yourself, you're focused on your connection to God, you're working on your own power, it's amazing. Like amazing. Okay, because you got the Two of Cups, you got the Magician, you got the Empress, you got the Sun card. So it could be a very, very powerful week to work on yourself, to work on your business, to see those people who just make life feel light and happy. You know, I think people are just round the wrong people. And they're trying to fit a peg into a round hole. And they keep trauma bonding. You know? So, like I said, some of you, I feel like there is, but some of you, there's a married man here, or maybe this is your husband. So the message with the King of Swords who just fell on the floor is, some of you might be thinking about being with someone else. So I think the King of Swords is someone you're married to, or a Cancer. This is someone you share a house with, a home with, but this is like a roommate. Like, this is just a dead marriage, King of Swords reversed. But he doesn't want to leave the marriage because he wants to keep the convenience of the marriage. But I think for you, you're building your power, you're ready to leave. Doesn't have to just be an air sign, it could be an earth sign, it could be anybody, it could be a Cancer. Okay? But I get an amazing week for you. The Six of Wands with the Ace of Wands is all about moving forward, working on your own energy, being aware of where you're putting your own energy. So with the way that this is coming up is, if you're an Aries woman and you're putting a lot of investment into a man and he's not putting it back, it's because there's someone else. Could be a Virgo man who's not making any more moves towards you. He's cut contact. So anybody who's giving you the cold shoulder, the kind of ghosting you, it means that their energy is going elsewhere. So your energy needs to go elsewhere. And for those who are cross-watching, who are really hoping for a connection with this Aries man, he's all about himself. I think he's out there, he's putting his dick all over the place, he's got multiple women. He wants access, but he also wants to be single. Same typical stuff. So I don't know, I feel like the message here is there's two Aries. There's the Aries who are really in the power right now. Really in the power. Like, you just do not care for bullshit. You know what you want, and you're moving forward, and you just want to be happy. You want good energy. Okay? You want to be around people who mirror you. So when you invest into them, they invest into you. It's an amazing week. You are just like no to toxic energy. You are no to bad vibes. It's like, no. Okay? I think for some of you Aries women, you've had this masculine who's married, or he's committed, or he's trying to play you, and you're just not interested. You know, you'd have these women and these men who have fetishes for married men and women, breaking up families, all that type of stuff. They don't really want you. They just have a fetish for that shit. Some people love deception. They love all the dirt. They're just dirty, aren't they? So that is another message this week, to stay away from the dirty. Right? Stay away from the dirty. And this is the problem, you know, people are wondering why their life is a mess and why they feel like shit, and they keep going to the devil. They keep going to hell. You know? Let me think. You know? I'm also getting, some of you Aries have got a man trapped in your sacral. So it was someone you slept with, and I think it was a Virgo, or it was a Gemini, or Libra, or Aquarius. But I feel like there was someone you slept with in the past, and this person might have binded your energy. So what's happening is you're acting weird, but it's because this energy is still trapped in you. Energy is coming up massive for you. So some of you, if you're feeling out of sorts, if you're feeling more angry, you've got to cleanse your energy. This is why God said don't share your body with anybody that is not your divine man. Why do you think the collective is in trauma? Because it's an orgy out here. It's a dirty orgy. Right? Adultery in the Quran is one of the biggest sins. And it's because God knows what adultery is. Okay? It's demonic attachment. It's control. You know? Think about a man or a woman who can cheat on their wife or their husband and go home and lie in the bed next to them. Think about it. And tell them that they love them. Crazy. And then, oh, wait there, I haven't finished. And the kids are playing in the corner. Wow. Anyway, the point I'm making is, I feel like some of you, I'm going to be honest, you're reconnecting with your divinity. And it's not about judging people. We've all done it. We've all done fuckboy phase. We've all done fuck whore phase. We've all done it. It's not about judging people, right? We live in a very catastrophic time in humanity, a very fractured time in humanity. But just because we've done it doesn't mean we keep doing it. You know? Just because you made a mistake doesn't mean you keep making them. Just because you fucked up doesn't mean you keep fucking up, right? Some of you have got the opportunity to move back into your divinity. Some of you have trapped yourself in a relationship or a marriage, okay? Doesn't mean you have to stay there. You know? This is it. Like, people go down a road and it's like, well, I'm down here, I might as well stay down here. Said who? You know? You can just get in the fucking car and turn it around and go in a new direction, right? Like, it's possible. Right? People eat a piece of cake and then they're like, oh, I've had the cake now, I might as well eat 10. Oh, you can stop at 10. But it was fun though. You know, you can be in a bad cycle, you can be an addict and you can get out, you can be poor and you can get rich. Do whatever the fuck you want, you know. People just, you know. But it means something's got to change in you. You've got to reconnect with yourself, you've got to reconnect with your power, you've got to say, yeah, like, done. I'm done, you know. So something is coming to that. But I actually do get, for Aries this week, it's amazing, especially if you're around your people. If you're around your people, it's amazing. Like, you feel so happy this week. Like, you just feel like people just want to be happy. You know? It's like, fuck, people just want to be happy. Like, people aren't out here competing. They're not out here in bad energy. And for some of you Aries women, you've been really working on your standards, and I think it's starting to show. Like, people want maybe your product, your service, your fashion. This is very powerful. Some of you, it's a mess. It's a mess. You lack all judgment. You're in some affair. You present this nice woman image to society, but that's not what it is behind closed doors. You know? Again, we've all... I feel like some of you have been reeled into something, so maybe you've become, like, reeled into an affair or some shit like that. Okay, don't keep going. You know? Some of you might need to tell somebody what you've done. And don't keep going. You know? Some of you have developed some kind of gambling addiction or addiction. Okay, don't keep going. Get help. Right? Don't keep going down the dark path of the devil, because he'll just wash it up and spit it out. Okay? But honestly, I feel like this is really good for some of you. Like, I feel like for some of you, like, it's good. It is good. I mean, this is being around like-minded people. You're given to people, they're given to you. You just want to be happy. You're supporting people, they're supporting you. Lots of hard work. Some of you, I'm getting, like, if you're working in a company, everybody's just pulling the weight. Nobody's complaining. The team is working together as a common goal. No one's better than anybody. Everybody's in a common vision to make something work. And there's genuine energy and laughter and appreciation. We've all had them weeks, and they're just amazing. It puts your faith back into humanity. You know? Everyone's happy, you know? I feel like that could be it for some of you this week. You're enjoying going to work. You're enjoying being around the people in your company. You're enjoying being around certain people. But some of yous, I think you're the opposite. This can be a past person. We did talk about this no contact. Some of yous are dealing with a past person who's married now, or they're committed. Okay, so I'm also getting a person who's in a relationship, and then there's another person who's in a relationship. And this is with the Mercury retrograde. It's bringing up our choices. So what I mean by this is Mercury retrograde is where we go back over the past, and in the 7th house of home and family, we maybe think that we made a mistake, that the person we're sharing our family with. But remember what I've just said to you, for those who are in affairs, you are going home to your wife, to your husband, you've got your kids. You can't do that. You can't do that. It's beyond conscience. And it is scary to tell the truth, and, you know, sometimes whatever, but I feel like something needs to be confronted. It's gonna come out, so you might as well be the person who makes it come out instead of it just coming out on its own. You know what I mean? Like, you might as well, that's what I'm getting here, you might as well have that conversation, because it's coming out. And I heard over the holidays. So I know it's hard when you've backed yourself into a corner, you've fucked up, you've made a mistake, but sometimes it's best to just own it. Because your enemies will use it against you, or time will. Right? And I also get, for those who have messed up, like, there would be a chance for healing. I do get that. Because maybe this was in the past, maybe this was just a fling, maybe this was... I get that there is a chance for healing, but there's not going to be a chance for healing if you don't own it. If it comes out on its own, or an enemy or someone else brings it out, there won't be that. So there's a strong message there for some of yous. Some of yous, it's all about 2 of Pentacles, so choices. I feel like there's 2 people who are madly in love with each other. They're destined to be together. It's divine intervention. But the problem is that these 2 people are married with kids to other families. So this situation needs to be handled with care. But I feel like these 2 people know that they're not meant to be where they are. And he who lies to himself, Aries, lies to everybody else. Okay, so something needs to be confronted there. Some of you Aries women, there's an air sign, and I think this is a divine connection, but this is where you make this person make a choice. Her or me? That's it. Queen of Wands, Star, Two of Pentacles. Make a choice. Choose me or lose me. There is lower class Aries women, but I really don't want to give energy to use, to be honest. Like, I really don't. I don't. There's the typical lower class Aries female who just, she doesn't care who she runs over as long as she gets what she wants. Like, I don't think there's much to say. You're in a demonic template. You're inconsiderate of other people who you hate. You're letting yourself down. You're letting other people down. There's nothing else to say. You know? But for those Aries who are kind of dealing with a masculine, you want a relationship, it is that do or die time now where it's like choose me or lose me, but you don't get both. You're stepping in your standard, you know what you want. You want happiness, you want love, you want respect, you know? You're done with all this toxic shit and back and forth and stuff like that. And I feel like for some of you who've been in the Nine of Swords, like it's a week to get out your head. Some of you have been like really isolated. I think it's a week to get out, try new ideas, meet new people, go on dates, go and connect with people. Three of Wands. And I feel like this reading goes into the next 3 weeks. So it's basically going out, interacting with people, meeting people, trying new things, being open-minded, taking risks, choosing happiness. Not sitting in the Nine of Swords where you're in your fucking head and you're overthinking and you live it. Why? Okay? And I think it could also open the door for the future as well. So if you do this over the holiday season, people tend to be happier. They tend to be more social. They tend to be more open. It's a good time to meet people. It's a good time to socialise. It's a good time to collaborate. Because there's a lot of business. There's a lot of opportunity. So I think for some of you Aries, it's really on you and your choices. But yeah, some of you, there's a divine union. And I feel like this divine union is going to mean the ending of something else and a choice. Okay, so if you want to book in your 2025, it's available in the description below or in the comment section. There's also deep coaching. So for the Aries who are ready to heal, elevate, do the work, but it's for the people who are really invested. It's not cheap. There's audio reads for career, love, etc. And you can join the community for £10 a month. So this is going to have all unique content. But it's £10 a month. That's the deal right now. So check it all out below. I'll speak to you soon.